Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week ahead. Either whenever you're finding this, or if you're subscribed and you're watching along as I post, this will be for the week of April 15th to the 21st. So let's dive into it. This is a very special day that I'm filming because I'm filming just hours before the totality of the full moon eclipse. So this reading is going to be very powerful. And then in addition to that, I am working with two completely new decks. And this is the first reading that both of these decks will be doing ever. Thank you to one of my subscribers for donating money. That money went to buy these decks. So if any of you want to leave some donations, all of the money goes back into the channel in the form of new decks, editing software, things like that. It's always just something I appreciate so much. I appreciate all of you. So I just want to let you know that. I love you all. I appreciate all of your support for this channel. Let's dive into the reading now. This first deck, the oracle deck we're using, is called The Woodland Wardens by Jessica Rue. And the first card that's coming out is the lily, or the trout and the lily of the valley, which represents purification. Okay, Taurus. So this week we do see some cleansing going on. Lily of the Valley is a very special plant that is native to Europe, and it just really actually represents forgiveness. I drew a bouquet of flowers that had a lot of symbolic meaning, and the Victorian meaning of the Lily of the Valley was that you would give that flower to someone sort of as a peace offering, which, you know, it's also, there's another name for this. Not peace lily, but whatever. You would give this flower as a peace offering to people, or if you want to rejuvenate your relationship, reconcile, this would be the flower to represent it. So I think this is the perfect combination to represent purification. Some of you may be reconciling with people around you. I'm seeing something very specific, Taurus, where there could have been some issues within your family. Okay, a sibling or something, someone may have gotten into an argument with you or another family member, and tensions were really high for a little bit. I am seeing those tensions going back to normal this week. Okay, so even if nothing is said, even if there's no apology, I feel like you're both kind of just getting over it. So that's really great to see. I'm also seeing a little bit of reconciling energy when it comes to people from your past. I know you guys love Luna, but she got into the habit of eating the microphone wires, so I have to put her down now. That's my cat, if you don't know. She is always in the videos. I'm also seeing, for some of you, like I said, this could be an ex, this could be an old friend, and I'm seeing for some reason old friends showing up in dreams, or people who you're no longer in contact with maybe showing up in your dreams at this time. Overall, this week feels like one of reconciliation, purification, releasing past resentments and any old energies there. So if you have anyone in particular who keeps showing up in your dreams, that is why it feels like the divine is guiding you through this sort of purification process. We have the moth and eucalyptus, and it is coming out in reverse. I don't know if I want to read reversals for this deck yet, so let's just read it how it is for right now. It says an ending. Wow. We have a moth here. Eucalyptus, which also I drew in that picture I was talking about. Eucalyptus is a very protective plant. It symbolizes spiritually protection and purification, actually, even though this one represents an ending. And this one... Okay, well that was really dramatic. Let me explain to you what just happened. Luna, my cat, for some reason always has to be in these videos, and even when you don't see her on camera, she is always here, either on my lap or like sitting right there. Okay, I took her off the table in the beginning of your reading because she was eating the microphone wire, and I'm just in here, I was about to tell you about this reconciliation, this ending that's taking place, and then she tries jumping back on the table. I have the stacks of cards right here. She landed on them and slipped and then threw all of the cards all over my room and fell. In the process of doing that, shook the table so bad that my lamp fell. So this is what happens when you film on an eclipse, okay? There's earthquakes happening, things are flying all over the place. But guys, everything is synchronistic. The reason that just happened very unexpectedly is actually showing that there is some unexpected things happening for you this week ahead. And in fact, she knocked over about half of the cards that were out on the table that we haven't flipped over yet. So I just had to reshuffle and pull some new cards out because they got scrambled up in the mix of everything. So I feel like it's like you're on one path. You think you know what's going to happen, and then some random unexpected event comes and shakes up your entire future path for you. And then now your future looks different. That's what I'm feeling maybe happening for you at this time this week, for real. And this could be like love unexpectedly coming in, and now you're suddenly thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, like this could be the person. Like, what if we move? What if this happens? What if that happens? Even though you had this whole plan and vision for yourself as a single person. Or this could be unexpectedly getting some new job, some better opportunity, and it shakes up your entire future path, future plan. This could be a very, very unexpected change of fate, very unexpected change of heart, and opportunity. Now, let's get back to what we were saying here with the moth and the eucalyptus. This did come out in reverse, and it does show an ending. And I feel for a lot of you guys, just really pay attention to the relationships in your life that have ended, that have passed, that you may still be in some form of contact with, okay? Or people from your past may be reaching out to you at this time. It's very interesting though, because I do feel like there are endings this week for you as well. I am seeing for a lot of you, any tension that you may have with family members in particular, or it could be anyone though, that's just extremely toxic. And I'm seeing here some of you may have even been considering like restraining orders, things like that. Very, very severe toxic energies are coming to a close, and you're starting to plan your life without these people who you may have always imagined would be in your life. For a lot of you, to be honest, this is family, and you never think to yourself what life would be like without that family until it happens to you one day, and you just mature to the point where you realize, I am better off without these people. Could be family, could be really long-term old friends. Weirdly enough, as this is happening though, there's going to be people you have a long history with that you may have had falling out with. I can't talk now. Oh, my energy's all stirred up. You may have had a falling out with them in the past, and they may be coming back around, and there's some sort of purification there, some sort of communication, some sort of sign that they're interested, a change of heart. Okay, so the energy is really being mixed up. The people who you thought you wouldn't have a future with because it ended may be coming back around. The people you thought you would have never let go of, they may be being let go of. It's strange. Things are being shaken up real bad. In a good way, though. All right, we have the marten and foxglove coming out. This did come out in reverse as well. This is what it looks like upright. And it says mischief. Very fascinating. I feel like there's someone here who has something up their sleeve. Okay, I'm seeing, again, two distinctly different energies, and it seems to apply to the two different groups of people we talked about just a second ago. Feels like someone may have some really good feelings and opportunities for you, something up their sleeve, something that they want to ask you, something that they want to present to you, an opportunity, a proposal, some sort of like, hey, do you want to do this with me? Or would you like to do this? Would you like this offering? And that's like a positive mischief energy. It's like, oh, I'm not going to tell them until like the scene is right, and I want to make sure it's the right set and setting, all that. And then the other group of people here in your life, I'm seeing this is a more negative mischief. It is more like someone just, I don't know, being shysty. And I feel like you already know who this person is. It very much, for some reason, again, feels like a family member. I don't know why that keeps coming out for you guys. It doesn't have to be a family member. This could be like a coworker, a family member, someone who overtly does not like you, okay, who overtly sucks. And I'm not even going to talk about it too much because it's not worth it. I feel like there are people who are having a positive change of heart towards you, shaking things up, and they have beautiful offerings for you. I feel like the universe itself is being very mischievous at this time and has some exciting opportunities for you as well. So let's dive into the tarot and get more specifics of this. We're going to select 6 tarot cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Tarot of the Divine. Again, first time I'm using this deck. Beautiful imagery. This is by Yoshitani. So let's see. We have the Knight of Swords coming out as your first card. Beautiful forward movement. It feels like someone is changing their opinions of you and realizing, wow, that Taurus, is really amazing. Like they can go places. Even in the workplace, some of you may have people looking at you and they're like, wow, there's a lot of potential here for upper management if you're in some sort of corporate setting, or this could even be like if you have your own business or you're on your own path. It is a lot of success and acknowledgement in that. If you're in school, this is like advisors, teachers, professors really admiring your work and thinking to themselves, wow, this is someone who's going to be major in this field one day. It's something like that where people are really starting to recognize the potential that you carry, Taurus, and they're wanting to move forward with you. So this is those people, I feel like, will be blessing you. They will be trying to bolster you and give you beautiful, positive opportunities. I also see this as part of your own energy here, where you're wanting to be as productive as possible and move things forward as fast as possible. It's like an extreme excitement to do something, and you just want to maximize the potential of this energy and run with it. We have Judgment in reverse. Wow. Okay, this is that ending energy we were just talking about. You're making the judgment call to walk away from certain toxic individuals. Again, I don't feel like we need to talk about this energy for some reason. I almost don't even want to focus on the people you're walking away from. It's just like, you know who they are, you've been dealing with it forever, you're walking away, you're better in your life. It feels like you are shedding certain aspects of yourself, certain people from your past who don't serve you, and that's the beginning, middle, and end of it, which feels really great. But on the other hand, like I said, it's such a mirroring, weird energy this week. It's like there's certain individuals that in your life that may apply to, and then there's this other group of individuals where it's like they may have made the judgment call in the past to walk away from you, or you walked away from them because they didn't treat you right, whatever it may be, and now they're looking back on their own actions from the past and they're like, wow, I sucked, or wow, I made the wrong decision there. So it's like a weird mirrored energy where the people who it like didn't work out with in the past, they're starting to realize where they went wrong. The people in your present are also being like driven away from you because of their own energy. This obviously isn't applying to every single person in your life, by the way. It's just like this side can be like a few people or one person, and this side could be a few people or one person in your life. We have the Hierophant coming out in reverse as your third card. Okay, this talks about being your own spiritual guru, your own leader, your own advisor. When it's in reverse, this is asking you not to listen to the advice of others at this time because they may not know the whole story. You may have beautiful, well-meaning friends and family members who are just really focused on trying to maintain the peace, and those friends and family members may advise you not to cut off certain toxic individuals or bring back certain individuals, allow back certain individuals from your past who have genuinely changed. So I am seeing that. Definitely don't be a people pleaser. I feel like a lot of you Taurus energy people are releasing people pleasing tendencies at this time. It feels like you are trying to learn how to make your own decisions in life and trust your own judgment. Asking the people closest to you all the time their advice, their opinions on things, that is a form of people pleasing. The inability to make your own decisions is a form of people pleasing. And I feel like that has led you down this current path you've been on for quite a bit. And just like Luna coming up here and shaking everything up, I feel like that's sort of what's happening this week for you, where you're shaking things up by making your own choices and changing the narrative. It's like a whole big shift in which direction you're going towards in the future. Second row of cards out, we have the King of Wands. Such a beautiful card. I love this, and it's coming out right underneath the Knight of Swords. By the way, some of you may be dealing with a peer, someone your own age or a similar place in life, who is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If they're not an air sign, they're extremely talkative, and they want to do things boom, boom, boom. Like the second they come up with an idea, they want to get started on it. Or the second they like fall in love, they want to rush into it. It's someone who rushes into things quite a bit. Definitely avoid rushing into things too quickly to the point where you make mistakes, okay? Especially because it's Mercury retrograde if you're watching this when I am posting this. Definitely double check things, take things a bit slow, If you are working on a project, a side hustle, anything like that, take your time, do all the right steps, don't rush into it. Any type of creative endeavor you're doing at this time, paperwork that you're filing. Make sure you're reading the fine lines, make sure you're going slowly, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and you're just making sure that there's nothing that's being rushed. I would highly recommend against that. This is also giving the message that true love unfolds slowly, and that's beautiful. It can be very beautiful to have a slowly unfolding love and romance in your life. You don't need to rush into anything unnecessarily. The King of Wands is someone you may be dealing with as well. This would be an older masculine energy. They don't have to be a man, but they're more masculine or in a masculine era of their life. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to be. This is also a reflection of your energy as well. Being very visionary at this time, wanting to just, like I said, it's like there's so many ideas in your head. You just want to dive into them. You want to move forward with them. You're very excited. You're very passionate. You have these visions of the future this week, seeing what is going to be manifesting for you, what you want to manifest, daydreaming, making a vision board, things like that really stick out to me. Ace of Coins is coming out. Will you have a fresh start with me? I feel like someone may be saying that, or there is a fresh start happening here. This is also money looking fantastic coming in. I absolutely adore this energy. New commitment, new money. You could be launching a new idea, business, side hustle, something like that. Okay, saving money, investing it. This is looking fantastic. This is a huge blessing from the universe. I feel like financially, like your prosperity is really starting to take off. And this may have been a long time coming, and I feel like that may have triggered a few people. Again, I don't feel like talking about these people who kind of suck to you right now. It's almost like I don't even want to talk about them, which rarely happens in a reading. I'm one who is totally fine with unpacking different energies that come through. But for some reason with this, it's like, don't even focus on them. Don't even talk about them. Okay? Focus on the love that exists in the present moment. Focus on the opportunities that are here in the present moment and keep growing that. That has been what has been. That has been what has been. That's been the thing that has been growing you and pushing you forward out of this lack mentality, this lack reality, is by focusing on what you do have, the savings you're building, the ideas that are in your mind, the people who do love you. By focusing on that, you've actually been achieving more and more prosperity and raising your vibration, having like a Kundalini awakening. So try to avoid falling back into old ways of thinking where you were focused on what you didn't have with someone or what you didn't have in your wallet and anything like that, because when you focus on that lack, it leads to dead ends. It leads to no growth. Whereas when you focus on what you do have, that is where the growth happens, okay? So I feel like a lot of you have made that transition in your own thought processes over the past few weeks, past few months, I feel. And this is leading you to great prosperity. I honestly love this reading. I love everything that's coming out. Final card is the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, some of you may have been dealing with a little bit lower energy levels due to the stress of certain things that have been going on here. This is what it looks like upright. And I feel like it's time for you to rest. It's time for you to set down any anger, resentments, anything like that. Really process them, meditate on them, release them. Continue to do that. I feel like a lot of you may have already started doing that. And this is looking like a pretty good month ahead. And I can't help but notice, but in this deck, the Four of Swords shows, and I know there's like fairy tales and stories behind each of these cards. I didn't read all of them yet. It shows like he looks like he was almost intentionally wounded. And this shows the rest after battle, you know, untangling himself, taking that sword out of his mouth. And I feel like if any of you have been dealing with lower energy levels or fatigue, it could be from that sort of negative energy that was sort of sent your way, I guess you could say. But again, I just feel guided to not focus on that. And I keep talking about it. But yeah, I'm also seeing here healing of past issues. Like I said, there's a purification, reconciliation. Some of you may be going into therapy and talking about past issues, or going into therapy with someone to heal your relationship, or doing something of that nature to sort of lightly revisit past issues in a safe space, to release them and let them go. Beautiful. And this whole process allows a new, fresh beginning. Like, let's start things over. Let's start things fresh here. And your own goals are taking off. Your own prosperity is reaching new heights. So I love this for you. Thank you so much for joining me, Taurus. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.